fireworks going off as the Panthers take the field. We've got a fireworks show. We'll just look at it and enjoy it real quick. Fireworks brought to you by Richie Redmond Fireworks. And the Panthers take the field in style. That's what looks like a New Year's Eve fireworks show. And what a show it is. Yeah, they're going at it. They're still going. Cannons going off. Two teams on the sidelines right now. And all the fans of packed Panther Stadium is enjoying this wonderful fireworks show that is still ongoing right now. He outdid himself. Yeah, it sure is. Really did. Now, Coach Nick, as you're watching this fireworks show, where other teams have had this, does that have a mental effect or impact on your team as some kind of intimidation factor? Like, hey, this is a big stage.
Yeah. Were for us. It didn't matter if you're at Nanny, wherever you were, those fireworks are for us. So to me, it was a motivator for us. I always told them they were special orders for the visitor team, baby.
I like, you talk about preparing the team for a game like this. I think the game earlier this year against Gina was a real good preparation for this. You know, the Gina game was a big game. It was two undefeated teams going at it. District titles, both sidelines were full of people. So I think that helps prepare. That was a help to prepare this team for an environment like this.
Absolutely. Captains are about to take the field. We've got number 6, Dexter Thompson Jr., number 40, Huck Pius. He is not dressed tonight. He suffered an injury and will not be playing tonight. Number 40, Huck Pius. Number 56 for the Panthers. That is
should be
John David Smith, and number 5, Dylan Thompson, the captains for the Bunkie Panthers.
Well, Episcopal is going to be number 4, Taylor, Brandon George, rather. Sorry. Number 18 is the Ethan Ott, and number 70 and number 75 are the other two. So 7 are 2 offensive linemen. Number 7 is James Tom, and number 75 is Will York.
All right, so the captains are at midfield as we await the coin toss. And while they're waiting for the coin toss, I will tell you, I talked to Coach Jimmy yesterday. I said, Coach, I'm just curious. I got to ask you, during the coin toss, if you win the coin toss, what is your preference? He said, I want the ball every time. He wants the ball. He wants to score. He wants to strike first and put the other team playing from behind every time. So, different coaches have different
and part of it is game of how you feel about the game and what do you feel about game flow. I think against a team like Episcopal, you want them to chase, right? They're a win-key team. You want to get in front of them and chase and kind of get out of what they want to do, right? They want to, run that 3 or 4 yards and then try and gash you with a big one. Let's see who won the toss. It appears that Bunkie has won and elected to receive.
The Panthers will be receiving the ball to start this playoff game. Episcopal will be kicking it off left to right. And we talked about it a little bit before in pregame. Episcopal does have a good kicker. He will kick it deep. He will kick it high and pooch kick.
Mm-hmm.
He's very dynamic and can bring a different element to this football game.
And looking at the flags in the end zone, it looks like the breeze is going to be working against him a little bit on the opening kickoff. They're going to kick from our right to our left, and the wind looks like it's going to the left. So
we'll step away for a moment, get ready for the national anthem, and come back with some playoff football. You're listening to Bunkie Panther Radio on Z95.9.
Sean Super Center in Hesmer, Morrowville, Cottonport, and Fifth Ward is open 7 days a week. For fresh meats, fruits, and vegetables, it's always Sean's Supercenter. Need an event catered? It's always Sean's Supercenter. We're open 7 days a week. When you want the best of everything, it's always Sean's Supercenter, Hesmer, Morrowville, Cottonport, and Fifth Ward.
If you want to make your smartphone even smarter, get our new mobile banking app. You can check deposits and deposit checks. It even gives you nearby ATM locations. The best part is, the money stays right here in this area. It's a better way to bank. Simsport State Bank, a better way to bank. Member FDIC. Online at simsportstatebank.net.
If you're looking for ice-cold beer and a friendly atmosphere, then you're looking for Crazy Katie's in Hesmer. On Tuesdays, compete against the best in our pool tournament. Wednesday night is steak and shrimp night. On Saturdays, dance the night away with your favorite live bands. And on Sunday, check out NASCAR and football on the big screens. If you're really thirsty, Crazy Katie's has over 100 flavors of daiquiris to choose from. Don't miss a minute of fun. Crazy Katie's, Highway 114 in Hesmer.
Louisiana pests can be a formidable opponent, but J&J Exterminating is ready to tackle them on their own turf. J&J Exterminating is Louisiana's largest independently owned pest control company, and we know what works in Louisiana's climate, from ants to termites and everything in between. J&J Exterminating will protect your home or business with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Get the shield. J&J Exterminating. Yeah. Swole Sausage Connection, located in beautiful downtown Evergreen. We're home for your sausage needs, and our motto is, we think like a customer and treat you like family. We're open 9 to 6 Tuesday through Saturday, and we'll make arrangements for after hours if needed. Try our handmade smoked and fresh sausage with a wide variety of flavors, including the pork and crawfish sausage and the fan favorite, the brisket sausage. You can call 318-623-4033. Swole Sausage, the official tailgate sausage of the Bunkie Panthers. Looking for a metal building? Call Neal Brothers Metal Buildings in Mansura. We specialize in homes, shops, carports, RV covers, and so much more. We'd love to give you a free quote on your next metal building. Our all-welded metal buildings are customized to meet your needs. Call Chris Neal at 318-201-5316. Let's get started. Scott's Ace Hardware in Bunkie is home to bumper-to-bumper auto parts. You'll be happy to know that Scott's Ace Hardware in Bunkie is also selling name brand appliances. Name brands like Frigidaire, Hotpoint, Danby, and Samsung. Refrigerators, chest type and upright freezers, gas and electric ranges, washers and dryers, and dishwashers. When you need an appliance, come to Scott's Ace Hardware in Bunkie. Of course, we still carry a complete line of hunting and fishing supplies, including your licenses. At Scott's Ace Hardware, you can fill up with gasoline, diesel, and yes, even those butane tanks. Of course, you can pick up one of our delicious lunches at Scott's Ace Hardware. We're open 6 to 6, 7 days a week, and we appreciate your business at Scott's Ace Hardware in Bunkie.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
All right, welcome back, folks. You're not going to believe it. We still got fireworks going on. Excellent fireworks show put on by Richie Redden. Can't thank him enough. Man, that really sets the tone, sets the atmosphere here, gets you excited. Everybody loves a good fireworks show, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Really, really nice fireworks show. The fans are pumped up. The stands are full on this side. They've got a nice crowd on the other side, a long trip from Baton Rouge. So it's going to be a really good contest. I'm looking forward to it. It's a beautiful night for football. I mean, we had some rain earlier this week. It's cleared out. It's just a beautiful night.
Yeah, now it's time to see some fireworks on the field. Again, Bunkie won the toss. They elected to receive. Episcopal will be kicking off left to right, back deep to receive for the Panthers is number 2, Kyle Johnson. Doing the kicking for Episcopal, I believe that's number 20. That's going to be Alden Romano. All right, so the ball teed up at the 40. Kyle Johnson standing on his own 10-yard line. Coach Nick, you're pointing up. What are you expecting, a poop kick in the air? How high?
Yeah, poop kick like that.
Stadium gets silent just for a moment. And here we go. Top of the playoff football. High kick. Taken in at the 25 by Kane Milligan. Cuts it to the middle. Has a little opening. Takes the tackle and wrestles down just short of the 40-yard line, about the 37-yard line, where the Panther offense will take over.
So nice return by Milligan. He fielded that thing clean in the air. Just took it straight up the field. Nothing fancy, no dancing. Got about 10, 12 yards on the return, and the Panthers started to drive at their own 37-yard line. And they're going to be moving from our right to our left on the radio dial.
Panther offense has been just really, really good this all year. We'll see if that week off helped them or hurt them. We'll see.
Empty back.
All right, empty backfield. Two receivers here to the near side. Thompson throws it. Kyle Johnson caught in the flat. Trying to shake him, man, and tackled immediately. Yeah, that'll be a loss on the play. Loss of 3.
Yeah, Walker Dozat, number 5, is out there to make the tackle. Dozat, I believe, is ready to force it.
Yeah, his family has ties to the Morrisville community. Easy to stick out with a name like Dozat, right?
Yeah.
So
They made a nice play. Wants to go block and they're a little short tackle.
Second and about 13 yards here for the Panthers. Going to be a give. The gains on the right side. Finds a tree right up the middle and tackles just shy of the 45-yard line. Good gain there for Gaines. Picked up about 9.
Yeah, Gaines pushed it up to the 44-yard line. Gain of 9. Going to bring up a 3rd and 9 here. 3rd and 5 for the Panthers. Early going of this playoff game. We're scoreless.
All right, so 3rd and about 5 yards to go. Ball just shy of the 45. Thompson sends guy in motion. That's Ron Patterson. Fake the end. Thompson up the middle. Dancing around now. Through the defense and tackles just across midfield. 1st down Panthers.
Yeah, that's one of the base plays for Bunkie. You know, they fake that jet motion. And they just want Compton right in the middle. And Compton running with authority there. He didn't dance around too much. He knew he just 1st down yards, got it into Episcopal territory.
Roy Scott James, 1st down. 1st down play. Here's Gaines again. Cuts it up the middle. Finds a hole. And tackled by number 7 at about the 43-yard line in Episcopal Knights territory. 2nd down and 4 now.
Yeah, gain of 6 on the play. Nice run by Gaines. Gaines, we've seen him when he's given opportunities this year. He's got some chances.
I want to remind you, first quarter brought to you by J&J Exterminating. I want to thank all our sponsors. We'll get to them as the game goes on. 2nd and 4 now for the Panthers. 3 receiver formation. Thompson throws it. Picks off there to the far side. Still on his feet across the 30, to the 20, to the 10. And he will score. This is a touchdown. It's just a night. Intercept the football and run it back for a touchdown. They score first in this playoff game.
Trying to get the number of the guy who scored. It was a little sit route, a little hook route right there, and he just jumped the route. He just jumped it and got in front of the ball and raced into the end zone for a touchdown. Promising drive into the interception. A return of about 60 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, I don't believe Dylan Compton's thrown an interception since week 5 of the regular season. That one comes at a bad time here on the opening drive here in this playoff game. So the Knights score with 9:37 left to go in the first quarter, awaiting the extra point. 6-0. Here's the extra point. It's a beat right down the middle. So the Knights go up 7-0. 9:37 to go in the first.
Yeah, so that he just jumped in front of the route. It was, you could see it from up here. covered there. You'd like to see the receiver come back to that ball a little bit, though, because he was just sitting there waiting for it, and he just, the defender just looked like he was into the receiver.
What did you see there, Coach Jake, defensively?
I mean, it's a long throw, and that's it. It's going from the left back over to the right. Maybe that guy got any time to react. We've thrown two passes, so they're going to be negative plays. I feel like we're dominating in front. Once they call keep the ball off, like the game up front. Because the offense feels like they're playing with one back right now.
All righty, so here's the kickoff brought to you by Rocky Tails kicking off left to right. And it is a push kick to the far side. Fair caught by the Panthers. Taken in by Zion Lee. Ball comes out. No, it doesn't. Just shy of the 40. I saw Dexter Compton Jr. call for the fair catch.
Well, man, he didn't feel it, but typically when anybody calls for the fair catch, they'll blow it dead because the defense was there, but they didn't blow it dead, and Bunkie was able to return it out to the 40. He had good field position again up to the 40-yard line. They were moving the ball on the ground, like Coach Nick had alluded to, and then they had an interception return for a touchdown.
The Panthers playing from behind now. 1st and 10. Ball right at the 40-yard line, going right to the left. Two receivers to the near side. To give the gains up the middle, going nowhere. Episcopal stacked that up right up the middle. No gain. It'll be 2nd and about 9. They give them a yard on forward progress.
Yeah, just around the left side, just nothing doing that time. Episcopal was waiting on it. Number 75 there for Episcopal. Fall off a block and was able to get in the backfield.
Scoring early defensively like that has to give Episcopal Knights a lot more confidence playing on both sides of the ball. Two receivers to the near side. Compton in the shotgun. One receiver to the top. That's Milligan. Compton rolls out here to the near side, trying to find some room. Tripped up just across the 45. Out of the 46. They'll set up 3rd down.
Yeah, and they're playing a little loose defense, but then they're walking the safety up, trying to prevent the big play. But if the Panthers can break one, it's going to be a big game.
Empty backfield now. 5 wide receivers. Compton in the shotgun by himself, takes the snap, looking to pass, looking under pressure now. Sonic takes the pocket, and he will be brought down. Episcopal brings Compton down, bring up a 4th down. Bunkie unit comes out.
Right the line. She tried to go right in the middle. I felt like he just scooted to the right a little bit. He had some room there, but Episcopal did a good job of containing them. They maintained their lane integrity on the rush, didn't let him get outside, and now the Panthers are going to punt, bring on Lashley to punt. Back deep is number, looks like, I think that's
number 3 or number, I think that's number 3 or 5. I'll say gets the snap. Good, high, spiraling punt. Hits at the 20, takes a sideways bounce towards the Panther bench and down at about the 17-yard line.
So that's a nice flip of the field position on that punt. So Episcopal will have their first offensive play of the game.
So the Knights will take over inside the 20 at about the 17-yard line, going left to right. How you doing, Mr. Jared Bain? Going in this. Hey, usually when people come to the box, they bring us food. He brought me a water. That'll work. So we get to see Episcopal's offense for the first time. Here's number 4 in motion, George. Handoff to the fullback on the left side. He'll get about 5 yards, just shy of the 25-yard line.
Yeah, classic wing team play right there. This old fullback guy around the middle, just trying to set everything up. They'll bring the guy in motion. They'll pull their guards around, run the buck sweep off of that.
So 2nd and 5 now for the Knights. Here's George in motion again. He gets the carry to the far side. Buck sweep, looking for blockers and tackled immediately. Good job there by the Panther defense. For a minimal gain, 3rd and about 3 now for the Knights.
Yeah, nice play that time. Number 7 was in on the stop. Noah Newton for the defensive line position.
Noah Newton filling in for Buck Pius there, defensive end, the senior.
We have 3rd and 4. It nice defensive series that time by the Panthers. Brian Lee stayed home, played his responsibility, stood up the back right to hold him, and then the rest of the Panthers just joined in the party. Now, you don't want to jump here since less than 5 to go here, so if you're on that front line, you want to hold your water. They may try something to get you to go.
You know, special teams is overlooked a lot of times. This is where it can become very crucial in a game. Good snap, Hunter's going to get it off. Wobbly kick towards the middle of the field. Kyle Johnson's going to leave this one alone as it's down at the 37-yard line in Panther territory. Panther offense gets another shot.
Yeah, Bunkie trails 7-0 here. 5:51 to go in the first quarter. The Panthers had the opening drive. Was going down to the 43-yard line of Episcopal, but then they stopped it through interceptions and it was returned for a touchdown. There's a flag on the play way back around the 35-yard line, so let's check the flag. I see the officials marking it off.
Any idea what this flag could be, Toshi?
I think it was a hustle play by one of the Bunkie guys. Play. I think he probably got either unsportsmanlike or on that way.
Yeah, personal foul. It was well away from the play, and it was thrown by the white hat. It was back there by the punter. It's after the possession, but it's going to cost Bunkie some field position here.
So they're going to back the ball up 15 yards.
Yeah, personal foul.
Inside the 25 at about the 23-yard line. So the Panthers, not the best field position. Try to get something going here on offense. Come out with 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. Gaines in the backfield with Compton, who's in the shotgun. Here's a snap. Pump fake. He's under pressure now, run out to the near side. Finally, a desperate throw that hits the turf. Incomplete pass. And it just looked like Compton took too much time to make a decision there.
Well, they were trying to fake the screen and throw it up to Patterson down here on the near side, and the same play they scored against Bunkie. But he got pressure after the pump fake, and he couldn't do anything with it.
So 2nd and 10 now for the Panthers. Ball on the 22-yard line. Kyle Johnson, that receiver here to the near side, near the numbers, 2 receivers to the top. Johnson running play, gives it to Gaines. He's dropped in the backfield. Loss of about 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, nice play by Ethan Odd. Playing defensive end there. Nice move in the backfield, and just the loss on the play. Back to the inside the 20-yard line to about the 18.
Third and long, playing from behind the 6 now, not where you want to be. Panthers come out with 3 receivers to the near side. 1 to the top, empty backfield. Kyle Johnson on the hash mark, pass play all the way. Compton drops back under pressure, and he's shot. He's brought down behind the line, and that Episcopal Knights defensive line is giving the Panthers fits right now.
Yeah, Odd and Seven combined on the tackle. Right now, Episcopal, their defensive ends are controlling Bunkie's tackles, and that's the difference in the game. Their offensive line is not holding up very well. Let's see if Loshie can get off another good kick here.
All right, so Loshie gets the punt off. Not the best punt. A sideways punt. And down just across the 30-yard line. So excellent field position for Episcopal right now. Coach Nick, offensively, you see the defense is getting a lot of pressure on Dillon right now. Is there anything that you would change up?
I mean, they're not necessarily sending numbers. This is a 4-man rush, and our O-line just not handling it. They are flipping the strength call on defense. Right now, I think it's away from the sniffer, so I'm kind of trying to see why they're doing that, and they're dialing up blitzes on that. But no, on the pass rush, this is a 4-man pass rush. We just got to be able to handle that.
Again, Episcopal leads 7-0. We got 4:14 to go here in the opening quarter, brought to you by J&J Exterminating. Episcopal with great field position at the 34-yard line. A toss here to George to the near side, trying to cut it upfield. Fights off a tackle and spun down right at the 30-yard line. Good job by the Panther defense.
Yeah, Zion Lee again. The Panthers played that perfectly. They just set the edge and let the flow come to them, and were able to hold it to a minimal gain up to the 30-yard line. Gain of 2.
Again, again, Braden George is their dynamic player. He's got a ton of yards on the season, and he can break one loose at any time. 2nd and 8 now for Episcopal ball right at the 30.
Look for the count out of this formation.
Here's a handoff to number 2 on the left side. Not touched yet. Cuts it upfield and close to the first down. Had good blocking there on the left side by the Knights. And I think he'll be maybe short by a yard. They're going to go ahead and measure this.
They got to give it
the first down.
First down. I thought they were going to run the counter because they typically run the counter out of that formation. But they may be setting the counter up, so the Panthers got to be alert for that.
Under 4 minutes to go.
Line.
Under 4 minutes to go. The Knights lead 7-0. Fresh set of downs. Right at the red zone. Ball at the 23. Here's a rollout pass by number 9 to the near side. Throwing the ball. Has a guy open, but incomplete. Overthrows him. There. Good play call. And if it was executed, it could have went for a lot of yardage. But that's Zach Hugh, the quarterback, just overthrew him on the.
Yeah, he never squared his shirtles. He, the little waggle action, and he was rolling to his right, and he just put a little too much on it. The Panthers had 2 defenders, but they were both in a trail position. He was open, but he just couldn't put it on it.
2nd and 10 now for Episcopal. They are in field goal range. Shotgun formation. Here's George with the carry on the left side. Has some room at the blockers. Cuts it upfield. Puts his head down inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. He'll have a first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Knights.
He just beat everybody to the corner, turned it up the field. You can see why he's one of the better running backs in the state because he just got a 1st and goal from about the 8-yard line. 5th play of the drive coming up here.
Under 3 minutes to go here again. Episcopal lead 7-0. Wing T formation, fullback and a tailback. Handoff is to the fullback on the right side. Fight for yardage inside the 5 and brought down there by J.J. Johnson and Luke Norman. He's 2nd and goal from about the 4-yard line here. Panthers need a big stop. Again, Episcopal does have a great kicker who would definitely be able to be a chip shot for him. Hopefully they can hold the Knights just to 3 here. 2nd and goal. 2nd down play is a handoff to George, who's got a lot of room and walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Knights. The Panthers are down by 2 scores now, 13-0, with under 3 minutes to go here. 2:24.
They got fooled by the ball fake with the quarterback. They got their eyes in the backfield. He was around the corner. Nobody touched him. They wouldn't have pulled his flag. 4-yard touchdown run by Brandon George.
He just walked into the end zone. But they did start off with great field position right around the 30-yard line. Here's the extra point. Snap. Hold. Kick. It is up and it is through. So with 2:24 to go here in the opening quarter, Bunkie trails 14-0. Episcopal Knights on top. And they have all the momentum right now. They look like they came to play. It all started with a pick 6 on Bunkie's first drive. And right now, it looks like Bunkie's in uncharted territory. I don't believe they played from behind this early in a football game.
Yeah, but there's no need to panic. They showed that they can move the ball against them. They've got an opportunity. Just need to relax a little bit. The 2 plays you gave up, one you gave a short field on a bad punt, and the other was a pick 6. So you didn't give up, a big, long 70, 80-yard drive or big plays on offense. Just relax, operate your offense, get back in this game.
Coach Nick, if you're on the sideline, what are you telling your offense as we're about to take the field down 14 points?
I'm telling them that they need to win at the line of scrimmage, otherwise it's going to be a long night.
And that's where most football games are won, at the line of scrimmage. Here's the kickoff, brought to you by Rocky's Tails and Shells. Kick deep, Kyle Johnson runs back and catches it right at the 5-yard line. Looking for some room across the 20. Makes a juke move and bottled up at the 25, where the Panther offense will take over. They actually mark it right at the 29-yard line. Panther offense. First time we've seen Episcopal kick it deep there.
Yeah, nice return by Johnson. He was able to take it up the field, get it back to the 29-yard line. This is the Panthers, they need to get a positive play on first down. I don't think they've had a positive play on first down yet.
1st and 10 for the Panthers. Ball at the 29, going right to left. 3 receivers Shotgun formation. Kyle Johnson at the bottom here. Here's the snap. Hand off to Gaines on the right side. Has a block. Cuts it up and spun down just across the 35-yard line.
Ball came loose.
Ball comes out.
I think they're going to whistle it dead, though.
He may have been down by contact. We'll see what the official call is.
There's going to be some...
Officials are meeting about it. He was slung down hard. The ball came out.
I think Bunkie's going to retain possession here.
Bunkie retains possession as they call him down by contact, but that was an aggressive tackle as he was slung down. Good run there by Gaines, though.
Yeah, you can see Episcopal's keying hard on Thompson, so it's going to give an opportunity for Gaines to gain some yardage there, and he's got it across the 35 to 37.
2nd and 3 yards to go. Here's Ron Patterson in motion. He takes the handoff. The ball comes out. It's on the ground. Episcopal jumps on it. Episcopal football. There's a second turnover of the football game here early, and Episcopal Knights have excellent field position and have a chance to run away with this football game here early. And that Ron Patterson just looked really uncomfortable with the ball there.
Well, he was tiptoeing around. He was holding it, but with both hands. Not a typical ball carrier, though, Ron Patterson. He tipped the receiver, and he just didn't look comfortable. He was running straight up and down. And when you run that way, you expose yourself pretty good. And he got popped. It's a good lick by Episcopal, and they're going to take over at the 41-yard line.
Panther territory, shotgun formation, 2 back. Number 7 now moves to the slot. The pass play. Hughes going deep, has a man open and incomplete. A better throw, and that's another touchdown.
Yeah,
coverage by Zion Lee.
Yeah, he was wide open, but he just missed him, just overthrew him.
Coach Nick, I saw you pointing on that play.
Yeah, George motioned out the backfield. He was clearly running forward at the line of scrimmage. Last I checked, we're not the arena league.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that too. You're not supposed to motion vertical, just sideline to sideline. 2nd and 10 now. Here's a play action pass. It's a screen pass there to the middle. Caught by number 2. He's got a lot of room. He's across the 20, inside the 15 where he's tackled. I tell you what, the Episcopal Knights are just running over Bunkie's defense, playing aggressive.
They're out executing Bunkie right now.
Absolutely.
Just plain and simple. They're executing offense. This is a beautiful screen to set up well and got Bunkie in an aggressive, the aggressive Bunkie defense. Got him coming upfield. And
1st and 10 now from the 12 for Episcopal, approaching the 1-minute mark. Hand off to the fullback on the right side and puts his head down, falls forward to the 10-yard line. That's number 2 on the carry, Brody Bailey. Reed Chauvin, the junior, gained about 2 yards.
Yeah, Lavallee's on the stop. Lavallee's been hurt the last few weeks. Came back in tonight, made a nice play there, but it's going to bring up 2nd down and 9 from about the 11-yard line.
Bunkie desperately needs a stop here, giving Episcopal very short field to work with a turnover and then a bad punt.
Yeah, Episcopal leads 14-0. Waiting moments of the quarter. Episcopal had 12 guys in the huddle. They got to throw a flag. They got to take a timeout.
There's some confusion. Referees. Looks like there is going to be a timeout. This is a Sean Super Center timeout. We'll take a quick break. 24 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. Episcopal leads 14-0, but they're knocking on the door again with about 12 yards to go. This is Bunkie Panther Radio on Z95.9.
Red River Bank was founded on the belief of always doing the right thing. Our commitment to integrity, service excellence, and innovation, combined with our local team and technology, have offered our valued customers a better way to bank. From our central Louisiana home to Shreveport, Lake Charles, Baton Rouge, and beyond, Red River Bank is here for you, in branch, online, or wherever you need us. Learn more today at redriverbank.net. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
All right, welcome back, folks. Coming out of the Sean Super Center timeout, Episcopal deep in Bunkie territory, about the 12-yard line, looking at a 2nd and 8 to go. They can get a first down inside the 5. They lead 14-0 with 24 seconds left to go here in the opening quarter. Brought to you by J&J Exterminating. Shane, you said it right when we went to break. Episcopal's executing well defensively and offensively. Panthers are just getting beat on both sides of the ball.
Episcopal's still having some trouble getting a man on. They can't call back-to-back timeout. There's 10 seconds on the play clock. They're going to have to hurry up.
Come out of shotgun formation, a back to each side of Hughes. Sends number 6 in motion to the left side. Here's number 7 with the carry, trying to get the corner, cuts it up. Will be close to the first down. Just outside of the 5. I think he's just short. We'll see where they spot the ball.
Yeah, he swept around the left side, and there was nobody there for the Panthers to set the edge. They're going to say he stepped out at about the 6. That's going to be the end of the quarter.
And that will be the end of the first quarter. 14-0, Episcopal leads. We'll take a quick break and be back for second quarter action brought to you by Crazy Katie. This is Bunkie Panther Radio on Z95.9.
Serious injuries have serious consequences, serious financial challenges, and can seriously impact your future and the future of your family. For over 20 years, I've been standing with the good people of Central Louisiana during their most difficult times. I'm Corey Roy. I'm here for you. If you've been injured, I'm ready to make it my fight.
When the mighty Bunkie Panthers play at home, tailgate at Rockies and the Dugout. Cool off with 2-for-1 frozen drinks, $12 buckets of beer, and enjoy free chips and salsa when you wear your Panther attire. Remember, Rockies and the Dugout offer daily plate lunches and nightly specials. Call in, dine in, or use the drive-thru window at Rockies Tails and Shells and the Dugout Bar and Grill, Evergreen Highway, just out of Bunkie. Call 318-346-1922. Open Tuesday through Saturday at 11.
Welcome back, sports fans. The Panthers trail 14-0 here as we start the second quarter. And Episcopal has it third down at about 4 yards for the first down. The ball hit the 6-yard line of the Panthers. Panthers need a defensive stand right here, Josh.
Yeah. Third down and short for Episcopal. Shotgun formation. Hughes steps back to pass. Throws it out to the far side. Incomplete. Intended receiver number 2. That stops the clock at 11:57 here in the Crazy Katie's second quarter. Fourth down and 3 to go.
I think the only pass he's completed is that screen. Other than that, he's been off target. I don't believe that's their bread and butter. You know, they're running football.
But Episcopal will send on their field goal unit. Doing the kicking for Episcopal, number 20, Alden Romano.
This is
senior kicker.
Well within his range.
Ball's here on the near hash. Here's a snap, the kick, and I believe it was partially blocked, but it did get through. Knuckler through the upright, so Episcopal will go up 17-0 with 11:52 to go here in the Crazy Katie's second quarter as we get ready for the kickoff.
About
and
25 yards here, 24 yards.
The Panthers have just given Episcopal just the best field position they could ask for, with a fumble inside the 40, then a punt that netted only about 12 yards, and then a pick 6. And the ball's just not falling Bunkie's way in any fashion.
Well, in football, turnovers mean everything. I mean, it doesn't matter what level you're at, turnovers cost you. So you had 2 turnovers, they cost you 10 points, and then you had a really poor kick. So, you know, again, Bunkie's just got to relax. They can move the ball. They got to relax and move the ball. They need something positive on this drive, though.
Absolutely. So the Episcopal's winning a turnover battle 2-0, and the scoreboard shows it to 17-0. We're kicking it off right to left now. Ball teed up at the 40. Kyle Johnson standing inside his own 10. Looking to see if we can get a good return here. And it is a high kick. Kyle Johnson runs up on it, takes it in at the 15, looking for room up the middle, and reverses field to the outside, makes a juke move, and now bottled up and tackled just across the 35. Made a guy miss and got 10 more yards out of it.
Yeah, I know Episcopal's probably got a lot of confidence in their kicker and their kick coverage, but I wouldn't think it's Kyle Johnson. I mean, he's just an explosive, dynamic player. You know, one missed tackle, and he can take it all the way. We've seen him do it. So Panthers got the ball at the 35-yard line. They're on 35.
Panthers had 3 drives here in this football game. 2 resulted in turnovers, 1 interception, 1 fumble, and 1 punt. 3 receiver set. Compton in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Fakes it to Gaines up the middle. Looking for room out here to the outside. Stretching the play out and dives forward for a minimal gain. Good job there by Episcopal of stretching that play out.
Well, Compton, he just kept stringing it out. He should have just turned it up at the 5 yards, and then he'll play the next down. He's trying to hit a home run right here. There's not a 17-point play on the board. Just got to relax and run your offense.
I agree with you. He's hit so many home runs this year. I guess he's looking for it every time. Let's settle down here. Doubles formation. Patterson in the slot here to the near side. Empty backfield. Thompson takes the ball. Passes it. Patterson incomplete just off the fingertips to the near side. And so that'll bring up 3rd down and 8 now for the Panthers with exactly 11 minutes to go here in the Crazy Katie second quarter.
Just a real tentative kind of lazy throw out there to the flat.
Not a confidence throw.
No. And, Patterson went right through his hands. But it stayed in the air so long, the defender was going to be right there to tackle him anyway for no gain.
Empty backfield once again. Same formation. 3rd and about 8 yards from the Panther 37. Pass play. Compton steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to take off and run. And he's tackled just across the 40. Will be short of the first down. And the Episcopal Knights are really taking Compton out of this game with his running ability.
Well, the defensive ends are containing his rush. They're not letting him get outside. They've seen the film of Compton when he gets out in the field. So if he's going to escape, it's going to be right at the field. And that's, they're a well-coached football team, and they do a really nice job. Bunkie's going to punt the ball right here. A little bit of a surprise here. Down 17-0 at the 41-yard line. They're on 41.
Number 2 standing on his own 26-yard line for the Knights. Here's a punt. It's a wobbly line drive punt to the near side and out of bounds. Right about the 41-yard line. Right at the 40-yard line in Episcopal territory. So once again, they'll have a short field to deal with offensively.
Yeah, just another poor kick, and you only netted 20 yards on the kick.
Bunkie desperately needs to stop. We got 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. They trail 17-0. Episcopal in the huddle. Breaks the huddle, comes out in a wing T formation. 1 receiver to the top. Brayden George, wing back on the far side. Here's number 6 in motion. Handoff to number 2, Reed. Runs over a Panther and down at the 45. He'll pick up 5.
The winner of this game is going to take on the winner of the Newman-St. Thomas Aquinas game, and Newman leads that one 7-0 right now.
We got a score update. Thank you, Mr. Pete Mayu. 7-6 Pine over Avoyles. Avoyles hosting Pine tonight. 2nd and 5. Here's George on the far side. Shooting through defenders. Big gain there in Panther territory. Down at the 42-yard line in Panther territory. And then he gallops like a horse.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, when he put his foot in the ground and got north and south, he hit that hole with an explosiveness. And, that's, the Panthers had it bottled up to the outside, but he was able to cut it back. And just a nice run.
1st and 10, George in motion. He gets the handoff again to the far side, makes a juke move and tackles. The short gain. He might have gained 2 there before the Panther defenders bring him down. I believe that was number 53, John Keith Lavallee. Jasper St. remained also on the tackle. 2nd and 9 for Episcopal. Under 9 minutes now. Again, the Knights lead 17-0 over the Panthers here in the Crazy Katie second quarter. 2nd and 9, wide receiver splits out wide here to the near side. Here's Dozon in motion, handoff to Reed Chauvin up the middle, finding room just short of the first down, right up the middle, picks up about 6 yards to the Panther 34-yard line.
Yeah, Moses finally brought him down, but not before he gained about 6 to the 34-yard line of the Panthers. They'll bring up 3rd down and about 3.
I tell you what, that wing T formation Just a lot of eye candy in the backfield and a lot of options for Episcopal. Third and short, third and about 3 from the 34-yard line. Here's George with the carry right up the middle. He will have the first as he ducks his head and gets across the 30-yard line where they'll spot the ball. First down for Episcopal.
Yeah, George showing some power right there. You know, he fell forward for a couple of yards after the initial hit. But it's another first down for Episcopal. And right now, Bunkie just doesn't have an answer. The line of scrimmage is being controlled by the Episcopal Knights.
First and 10 from the Panther 30. Number 6 in motion to the far side. Rollout pass. He drops back. Got a man wide open. Touchdown, Episcopal. Wide open. Episcopal's running away with this game now. They've scored on every drive besides their opening drive here.
There is a flag, but I think this is maybe going against Bunkie.
Let's see what the official call is.
Maybe coming back. Hang on a second.
This one may be coming back, and that would be a huge break for the Panthers. We got holding on Episcopal, so that touchdown is erased.
Nick, did you see where that receiver came from?
Yeah, no, that was the motion back. He motioned from the weak side. The receiver was tight on the right side. He ran a slant, took his guy across the middle, and that motion guy just wheeled around the edge. Old slant wheel.
So the Panther defense will take a timeout with 7:30 to go here in the second quarter. We'll keep it here. This is a Sean's Super Center timeout. Coach Dick, I got to ask you, from what you've seen so far, what do you think is the biggest difference? You mentioned line of scrimmage, you know, the battle of the line of scrimmage. Anything else sticking out to you?
Well, I mean, I think Shane's hit on all of it. You know, you had the pick to start the game, then a bad punt field position fumble. Bunkie can't get out of their own way, which doesn't help. Line of scrimmage is hurting us, but the game started off as bad as you could. You have to get a stop here. You have to get a stop and at least try to get an effective drive here to kind of shift the momentum a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be first and 20, so you've knocked them off schedule. You can do it. You know, the Panthers play man-to-man defense, and, you know, if you drop your man, you get a guy wide open. You know, there's no line of defense there. And, again, the eye candy that they're showing the Panthers in the backfield is getting them. They're not playing their responsibility. They're playing their eyes.
Panthers did receive the football at the beginning of this game. So Episcopal will get it in the second half. Here's George in motion, first and 20. Rollout pass by you. Looking at it, screen pass again. It's number 6 in the middle. And tackle that Lucas Mose with a great tackle. Great assignment football for no gain. They may have given him a yard there. Second and about 19 yards.
Yeah,
Panther 39.
That was that green screen they tried to set up. Mose stayed home, but the defensive lineman that was rushing the passer, he knocked the guy off his route to begin with. He saw him trying to leak out, and he put a shoulder into him, threw off the whole timing of the play, and just a nice play by the Panthers.
Second and 19, ball at the 39 in Panther territory. Shotgun formation, you in the backfield. Drop back pass, got time, now under pressure, throws it deep, and in and out of the hands, nearly intercepted. Ron Patterson had his hands on it, and that's uncharacteristic for him to drop a beautiful pass like that. That was definitely an interception on any other Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. And he looked like he was the intended receiver because he was behind the back, and he was just running stride for stride with him and went up, and the ball went right through his hands. Tried to catch it with his arms instead of reaching out with his hands. So third down at 20.
Big break there for Episcopal. They're going to try to capitalize. Third and 19 from the 39, going right to left. 6.5 minutes to go here in the first half.
Alert the screen again.
They lead 17-0. 3 receivers now. You drops back to pass. Plenty of time to the far side. And incomplete. Good coverage there by Lucas Mose. Episcopal calling for a flag. None is thrown. Fourth and long now as the Panther fans get loud.
That was a tough task for Mose, who was linebacker position, to cover that receiver all the way down the field inside the 5-yard line. Mose was running stride for stride with him and just was able to knock it away. and incomplete. So the punt for Episcopal, I believe that's their first punt of the night.
Their second punt. They punted on their first drive.
Yeah, sorry.
And have scored on every other drive since. So Panthers desperately needed a stop, and they got one there. But what I did notice was when they got in a long situation, they didn't peck away at it. They just went to a passing offense, and I think that played into the Panther defense. Here's the punt. It's a spiraling punt here to the near side and out of bounds just inside the 20. We'll see where they mark it. Coach Dick, Panthers got a stop there after a penalty. What do you think about that last drive and Panthers being able to get that stop?
Yeah, no, it's huge, but I agree with you. I kind of thought, he might try to peck away at it, get in field goal range, and at least that point. The fact that he just went for it lets me know that he's not scared at all right now, so he's just letting everything hang loose.
Panthers is actually their worst starting field position of the night at their own 14-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going and get back in this football game. They trail 17-0, 6:26 to go in the half.
Three receiver set, Thompson in the backfield with Gaines. First down play is a handoff to Gaines, trying to find some room on the left side. He's tripped up. Gaines won't gain much, maybe a yard there. And I have to say, I'm really impressed by the way the Knights are playing the Panthers right now. They are not giving them a whole lot to work with.
Yeah, injured player is Doza. He's coming off the field. Got his helmet knocked off and looks to be a little shaken up.
All right, so it'll be 2nd and 8 now. Ball spotted just across the 15, about the 15.5-yard line, going left to right. Got a long field to deal with. About 84 yards to the end zone. Let's see what the Panthers can do. Three receivers set. Gaines to the left of Compton in the shotgun. Here's a snap, play action, pass, and it is broken up. Incomplete. Number 11, big defensive end, just jumps in the way. And the Panthers do not look comfortable here on offense. For an offense that has averaged over 35 points a game, they just don't look like very comfortable.
Yeah, they're not playing with any confidence either. So it's just everything looks a little bit tentative there. They were trying to get the ball to Kyle Johnson there, but he just got it batted down by the defensive line.
3rd and 8, same formation, shotgun, three receivers. Here's Gaines on the left side. It's going to be a reverse to Kyle Johnson here on the near side. Gets a good block. He's still running sideways. Turns it upfield across the 30. Spin move and out at the 35-yard line. Biggest gain of the night comes on a trick play by the D1 prospect, Kyle Johnson. First down, Panthers.
Yeah, very, very fortunate the Panthers did get called for a strike back box on the fly side. But since they're at the line of scrimmage, I think they let them get away with it. But nice block that time down the field as well by Milligan.
1st and 10 for the Panthers. Ball at the 35. Here's a snap. Gaines with the carry on the left side. Has a first. Ball comes out and Episcopal jumps on it. I think Gaines might have gotten it back. Gaines did get it back. And he does have enough for the first down. And the Panthers are having a hard time holding on to the football tonight.
Yeah, he did get a nice 10-yard run. But he put the ball on the turf. They're bringing in Mose now as running back.
So, Lucas Moe, we got Tanner Lemoine that's very, very limited, suffered an ankle injury for the later part of the season. The senior running back probably resting tonight. Lucas Mose checks in at running back. Compton in the shotgun, three receivers, 1st and 10. And Episcopal comes across the line. That will be encroachment and give the Panthers a free 5.
4:10 to go here in the half. Bunkie trails 17-0. They're going to have the ball right at midfield on the 1st and 5.
Best case scenario, Panthers take all 4 minutes off the clock and score and go into halftime 17-7. Do you agree?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
All right, 1st and 5. Ball right at midfield. There's the Bunkie logo. Two receivers to the near side. The pass play. Compton pump fakes under pressure now. Got a man open. Ron Patterson catches it. at the 25-yard line. A late throw and the ball stayed in the air for the longest time.
That's one of those no, yes. You don't like throwing that ball across your body right there, back across the field, especially against the zone defense. But they were able to convert and got the first down to about the 27-yard line. Big game.
Panthers inside the 30 at about the 26-yard line now. Fresh set of downs, double formation, ball on the far hash. Compton's going to keep it up the middle, have some room and tackle, but a flag comes out.
Yeah,
It'll be a holding call.
They're going to get Dexter for a hold.
So that one will come back 10 yards. Holding call. After a good game by Dylan Compton, it's going to be coming back. The Panthers shooting themselves in the foot here. We've got exactly 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter, brought to you by Crazy Katie. Panthers trail 17-0, but they do have a little momentum here late in the second quarter. But after that penalty,
yes,
spot foul. We'll see where they spot it.
Well, it was on Dexter in the back of the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty. It'll be first and 20.
First and 20. They spot the ball across the 35 to about the 37-yard line, moving left to right. Again, first and 20. First down markers are at the 17-yard line.
4 minutes even go and a half. Clock running.
Double formation again. Lucas Mose stays in at running back. Compton takes the snap. Fakes it to Lucas Mose. He's dropped in the backfield. Great penetration there by Episcopal. He was tackled by 3 Knights at the same time.
Yeah, number 11, Kareem Badwi. I hope I pronounced that right. His whistle stopped the play. Let's see what's going on here. Is that a flag at the 30-yard line?
The Panther players are clapping like it could be a penalty against Episcopal. We'll see what the official call is. I do not see a flag on the field.
I think there's one right there at the 30-yard line. Is that a flag right there? Well, they're more.
There is a flag.
Wow.
So Panthers catch a break, unsportsmanlike call against Episcopal, a big break. And coach, is that an automatic first down or is that just 15 yards?
Oh Lord, I don't remember. They say.
I think it's just 15. I don't think it's automatic in high school, but I'm like they change it all the time. I don't know. But sports are like it was thrown away from the play, so not sure what went on. Could be somebody said one of the magic words, and
one of those 4-letter words that get all the time.
Yeah, so they're gonna mark it. The down should count, though. I think that's the play was there.
It'll remain first down. Okay, Panthers looking at a first and about 8 from the 24-yard line.
Yeah, it should be second down. Yeah.
Second down.
Yeah, because
Thank you, Coach Nick. Second down, ball inside the 25 and the 24. Second down and 8 now. Kane Milligan, the lone wide receiver here to the bottom. 2 receivers to the top. Thompson in the shotgun. Panthers second and 8. 3:36 on the clock. They trail 17-0. Here's a snap. Bad snap. Thompson mishandles it. Kicks it back. And the ball is still not picked up. Finally jumped on by Dexter Compton Jr. And they lose about 30 yards on that mishandled snap.
Yeah, it's back into territory.
I don't think it was a bad snap. It was just mishandled.
Yeah, it was a little lower to his left. But then when he tried to pick it up, he kicked it, and that sent it back across midfield into Episcopal territory at the 48-yard line. And, the Panthers had a very promising drive going here, but now it's third down and evergreen.
If I'm being honest with you, it just looks like the lights are just a little too bright for this young Panther team tonight. As they get a little momentum and in a crucial situation, really tend to hurt themselves. Episcopal has all the momentum right now. Panthers looking at a third and forever on their own 47-yard line going left to right. Thompson takes the snap, throws out to the left side, and throws it back here to Dexter Compton Jr. Across the 50. Will only gain about 3 yards as the Episcopal Knights played that really, really well. At the play that the Panthers haven't ran much First time I've seen him, Episcopal plays it perfect.
Yeah, it was a throwback screen to Dexter Compton, but looks like he had a little more. They had a little more to that, but Episcopal did a nice job of running that one down. He kind of ran away from his blockers. So his blockers were on the inside. He ran outside the numbers. He probably could have got a little more. But he was trying to make a big play out of it, a big game. Just a play like that, third forever. It's open. Let's see if Lachey can put that one in.
Panthers going to punt it away. Lachey standing on his own 40. Takes a snap, punts it, out of bounds here to the near side. Just inside the 25. That's exactly where they mark it. Coach Nick, I'm really impressed by the Episcopal nice defense. I know you watch film. Did you expect them to play the Bunkie offense as well?
I mean, they've been pretty clean and efficient on film. I didn't know exactly what it would look like, but after seeing them play the reverse and the screen, they've done a really good job of those. Should be home run plays, and we're getting 8-9 yards out of those plays. So yeah, they're doing a great job of tackling in the open field. I tell you what, their strong side D end is killing us right now. He's in the backfield every play. Dexter Compton's having his hands full on that. I'd look to see if Bunkie can start maybe double teaming him at the point of attack. He's killing us.
All right, so the Knights take over on offense with a big lead, 17-0, with a minute and a half left to go here in the first half. Come out with a wing T formation here on the near hash. Hughes sends number 6 in motion. It's going to be a counter play to George on the far side. He's got a lot of room across the 30 to 40 and runs out of bounds about the 39-yard line. He will have the first down.
That was a defender in the backfield, just didn't make the play. He just stepped right around him and was able to get the edge and get a first down up to the 38-yard line. Another big game for Episcopal.
And you can't put a big measuring stick on how the defense has played Episcopal because Episcopal's had the ball inside the 35 on 2 consecutive drives. So let's see how they play him with a long field here with under a minute to go here. First and 10 for the Knights. There's a counter play to George again here on the near side, dancing around. In pursuit is Lucas Mose and runs him out of bounds right in midfield. Another first down for Braden George, and we knew he was going to be a factor in tonight's game, and he's showing to be one.
Yeah, he's 16. That was just George because Bunkie had it well defended. He just outran the man to the spot and was able to get into Panther territory up to the 47.
Ball on the near hash now, fresh set of downs for the Knights. Hugh under center, sends George in motion to the near side. Counter play to number 6 to the far side. Slips in the line of scrimmage. Now breaks loose and drug down from behind. Zion Lee makes the tackle, but I tell you what, if he doesn't slip, that might go for a whole lot more.
Yeah, they're giving the Panthers a heavy dose of the misdirection right here, and the Panthers are just getting gashed.
2nd and 5 for Episcopal inside the 45. Handoff right up the middle to Reed Chauvin. Puts his head down and gets close to the 40-yard line before being tackled.
I think Episcopal's going to take a timeout here.
Timeout called on the field. It's 3rd down and short. Episcopal takes a timeout with 43 seconds left to go. That is a Sean Super Center timeout. And we'll take a quick break. This is Bunkie Panther Radio on Z95.9.
For all your eye care needs, it's LaPointe Eye Clinic in Bunkie. Dr. Paul LaPointe and his staff invite you in. Glasses, contact lenses, eye exams. It's all in one place. Wherever you live, it's worth the drive. Call 346-7208 and set up your appointment. Dr. LaPointe accepts most insurance plans. Call 346-7208. Stay tuned after the game and find out who's going to be the LaPointe Eye Clinic player of the game. LaPointe Eye Clinic. They are simply the best.
You're listening to the mighty Bunkie Panther Radio Network across the universe and on your radio at KCLG, Mansura, Louisiana, Z95.9.
All right, welcome back, folks. 43 seconds left to go here in the first half. Episcopal lead 17-0, looking at a 3rd and 4 from the Panther 42-yard line. Handoff here to the near side. First down for number 2. Dives forward there to the 30-yard line. First down for Episcopal. And they're just moving the ball at will on the ground here.
Yeah,
really executed.
Cole saved a big play there. He came over from the linebacker, was able to save a big play. play, but
30 seconds, no huddle by Episcopal, and Bunkie takes a timeout. I think that is the last timeout of the first half. Again, Episcopal leads 17-0, 23 seconds left to go. Episcopal stretched it down in Bunkie territory at the 31. And thank you. Everybody's got a timeout left, so Bunkie does have one timeout left. But I would have to think that Episcopal's probably just trying to get in the field goal range and tackle on 3 extra points.
yeah, I think so. It's the Panthers defense right now just doesn't have an answer. They're playing. They're catching right now. Episcopal's playing downhill. They're doing a really nice job of executing their offense. That's one of the better executed football teams I've seen all year in terms of just pure execution. They're not out athleting you, they're out executing. That's what they do. That's how they win games.
Hey, Coach, in that timeout, what are you telling your defense?
Hopefully I'm making some adjustments on that G because they're just killing us in the C gap right now on the G.
All right, first and 10 for Episcopal on the 31-yard line. Roll out pass, Hugh drops back, throws it, wide open receiver, and caught out of bounds.
They caught it on the track.
And he was wide open. If that's a better throw, that's a touchdown. Missed assignment there by the Panthers. I think man-to-man coverage is a really hard defense to play against this wing T formation who can send 3 guys out of the backfield.
Yeah, I think it was the same route that they ran a while ago that they had the touchdown call back. So you gotta adjust to it. And again, it's just your eyes in the backfield. You're not playing your
So, Coach Travis Bourgeois says, I don't want 3, I want a touchdown. Here's a throw again by you. Connects to number 6 inside the 25 and out of bounds. At about the 15-yard line, wide open receiver. Nathan Sanchez catches it, turns it upfield, stops the clock with 14 seconds to go.
Yeah, there was nobody close to him. The Panthers had dropped all their defenders deep, threw underneath, and was able to get yardage for the first down inside the 15-yard line.
Panthers have a timeout left. Episcopal has a timeout left. First down and 10, ball at the 14-yard line. Episcopal comes out, one receiver to the near side, 2 running backs, and the Panthers take their last and final timeout. The clock was already stopped at 14 seconds.
Yeah, I think they wanted to set their defense and just get them settled down a little bit and say, hey, let's try and hold them here to a field goal attempt.
Yeah, it looks like Episcopal is just trying to go for the throat here and put this one out of hand real early.
Absolutely. I mean, they understand the situation they're in. They came on the road here. They got an early lead. They're leading 17-0. They've been really dominating the football game. Bunkie has a couple of positive plays on offense, but really hasn't been able to do what they normally do, which is hit the home run. And I think that's affecting the way that the Panther players are responding.
Yeah, you can definitely tell by the body language. A quiet stadium now. Panthers sideline. Not a whole lot of movement. You can tell a lot. You can read a lot by looking at body language here on the field. So
they got to take a timeout.
And now with the play clock getting low, they reset the play clock here.
Goodness sake.
All right, we got first and 10 from the 14-yard line. Here's a handoff to the left side, and Lucas Mose makes a good tackle. That's Luke Norman with a great tackle to stop that play for a very short gain. 2nd and 9 now.
Yeah, I think they gave him the timeout because the clock ran all the way down, but they're going to bring the field goal unit out. They're going to reset the clock to about 5 seconds, I think.
So this is possibly the last snap of the first half. Make sure you stay tuned for the LaPointe Eye Clinic halftime show. But for right now, Episcopal sitting on their field goal unit. The kicker, number 20, Alden Romano, already has 1 field goal, 2 extra points. And he'll attempt his 2nd field goal. This one will be
31-yarder.
About a 31-yard field goal. got 1 second left on the clock. This will be the last snap. Whistles are blown, and here we go. Snap. Hold. Kick it is blocked. Bunkie blocks it. Bunkie blocks the kick. And Kyle Johnson now has the football here to the near side, looking for room, and dug down just inside the 40-yard line. I wasn't sure what was going on. A flag now thrown on the field. I wasn't sure what was going on. Kyle Johnson ended up with the football and was running here to the near side, and now a flag is thrown at the end of that play. Won't make much of a difference unless it's a personal foul, unsportsmanlike
against Bunkie. They're going to take that spot into the second half.
So we'll take this into halftime with Episcopal Knights leading 17-0 here at halftime. Before we go to Lemoine Clinic halftime show, just want to ask Coach Nick and Coach Shane, what are your thoughts on the first half? I'm pretty sure I'm going to agree with both of y'all. We'll ask you first, Shane.
You know, Bunkie needs to relax a little bit. They're showing their youth a little bit. They turned the ball over twice, which resulted in points. And defensively, they're struggling a little bit with some of the misdirection, some of the eye candy in the backfield. And on offense, they've just got to understand they're going to have to sustain a drive against Episcopal. Episcopal's not going to give up a big play against them.
Coach Nick, you've watched the first half of football, not the prettiest. I know you're watching this from a coaching perspective. What adjustments are you looking to make at halftime to come back and dig yourself out of this hole?
Well, for one, that's a huge stop right there, keeping this thing at 17. I think the emotional play at the end might pay you dividends, give you a little bit of emotion in the locker room. But adjustment-wise, offensively, they are getting beat up front. They're not outnumbering us in the box. They've got 5 guys in the box to our 6, and they are beating us 5-on-6. So I'm looking for some line adjustments up front. We need to start double teaming at the point of attack instead of leaving these guys one-on-one and letting them kind of be on an island with those DNs who are absolutely giving us trouble in the run game.
All right. And so defensively, what do you see as far as maybe slowing down number 4? I imagine he's going to get the ball a lot here in the second half.
I mean, it's the wing tee. It all comes. Your DNs and your outside backers have to be on time in the right fit every time. That's all that they're picking on is your DNs and your outside backers. Everything else does not matter. They're just attacking you with G and Buck. Those guys have to just trust their eyes. Don't look in the backfield. Trust your eyes. Do what you're taught to do, and you've got to fit right now. You can't wait. You got to go now.
All right. Thank you, Coach Nick. Thank you, Shane. We're going to take a break for the Lemoine Clinic halftime show. We'll bring you the second half action. I'm Josh Sauseda alongside Coach Nick Pujol and Shane Lemoine. You're listening to Bunkie Panther Radio on Z95.9.
Farm Bureau proudly supports our Bunkie Panthers. Hey, this is Josh Sauseda, your local Farm Bureau agent. If you're looking for great rates, fast claims, and real service, give me a call at 318-201-0577. Join our family so we can take care of yours.
Great rates, fast claims, real service, auto, home, and life. Josh Sauseda, Farm Bureau. Louisiana Radio Network Sports, I'm Jeff Palermo. Saturday night's matchup between 15th-ranked LSU and Georgia State is not a marquee game on the college football schedule, but Heisman voters will pay attention to quarterback Jaden Daniels' performance. Tigers coach Brian Kelly says Daniels has not been bothered by the increased media coverage associated with his Heisman campaign.
We've had a Amazon crew in here most of the year doing a documentary, so we've had cameras around most of the year. He's used to the distractions. He does a great job of keeping them at bay.
The Tigers and Panthers will kick off at 7 p.m. Georgia State was off to a great start this season, winning 6 of its first 7, but they've lost their last 3, and they've given up 42 or more points in each of those losses. The Raging Cajuns battle Sunbelt West Division rival Troy on Saturday. The Trojans have won 7 in a row. ULM has lost 8 straight, and they are at Ole Miss. Louisiana Tech looks to end a 5-game losing streak as they visit Jacksonville State in the regular season finale. LRN.
You all know Powerball. You know it, you love it. Now there's a new way to play. Introducing Powerball the Scratch-Off from the lottery. Win up to $15,000.
Can you feel it?
But wait, there's more. chance drawing for cool prizes like the Powerball Cash Promotion. This is your final chance to win exciting second chance cash prizes from the Powerball Scratch-Off. 5 lucky winners will be drawn for a share of $17,000. Visit LouisianaLottery.com for more details. Play Powerball the Scratch-Off today for your chance to win. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Can you feel it?
Former LSU star Joe Burrow has suffered another season-ending injury as he has a torn ligament in his right wrist. Burrow suffered the injury in Thursday night's loss to Baltimore. Cincinnati is 5-5 and in last place in the AFC North. No Saints game on Sunday as they enjoy a bye weekend. New Orleans is 5-5 and in first place in the NFC South, a half a game ahead of Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers are at San Francisco. The Saints' next game is November 26 at Atlanta. The Falcons are on a 3-game losing streak, and they are also off this Sunday. The LSU men's basketball team snapped a 2-game losing streak on Friday as they topped North Texas 66-62. Will Baker had 16 points to lead the way, and the Tigers held the Mean Green to 32% shooting. The 7th-ranked Lady Tigers are in Hammond tonight to face Southeastern. A sold-out crowd is expected as Kim Mulkey returns to Tangipahoa Parish. And the Pelicans host Denver tonight. New Orleans lost by 18 points to the defending NBA champs earlier this month. LRN.
This is Jackson Lemoine, number 21. You're listening to Bunkie Panther Radio on Z95.9.
Sean Supercenter in Hesmer, Morrowville, Cottonport, and Fifth Ward is open 7 days a week. For fresh meats, fruits, and vegetables, it's always Sean Supercenter. Need an event catered? It's always Sean Supercenter. We're open 7 days a week. When you want the best of everything, it's always Sean Supercenter. Hesmer, Morrowville, Cottonport, and Fifth Ward.
This is Noah Newton, number 7. You're listening to Bunkie Panther Radio on Z95.9.
If you want to make your smartphone even smarter, get our new mobile banking app. You can check deposits and deposit checks. It even gives you nearby ATM locations. Best part is, the money stays right here in this area. It's a better way to bank. Simsport State Bank, a better way to bank. Member FDIC. Online at simsportstatebank.net.
This is the Turkey Parade number 55. You're listening to Bunkie Panthers Radio on Z95.9.
The country store on Highway 114 in Hesmer opens at 4:30 every day. We serve daily plate lunches, or you can check out our delicious Hunt Brothers Pizza. The country store has cold beer and liquor. The store is stocked with fishing supplies. All you need to do is get the grease ready, and we can help with that too. Come see us for propane, and we have the best burners and pots. We offer phone cards and money orders, and you can fill your vehicle with quality gasoline. The country store in Hesmer, open until 10:30 every day.
This is Ethan Dakota, number 68, and you're listening to Bunkie Panther Radio on Z95.9.
Louisiana pests can be a formidable opponent, but J&J Exterminating is ready to tackle them on their own turf. J&J Exterminating is Louisiana's largest independently owned pest control company, and we know what works in Louisiana's climate, from ants to termites and everything in between. J&J Exterminating will protect your home or business with 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Get the shield. J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
This is Tanner Lemoine, number 1. You're listening to Bunkie Panther Radio on Z95.9.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Colleen Crane. Low voter turnout is expected Saturday, except in areas with legislative or local races in a runoff. Political analyst Bernie Pincinat expects voter turnout there will be higher. For example, the mayor's race in Lafayette, incumbent Josh Guillory is in a heated race with the daughter of former Governor Kathleen Blanco, Monique Blanco-Boulay.
A lot of eyes on that one. Can Josh Guillory fend off a well-known challenger because of her last name, Blanco?
And in spite of this week's rain, we're still in a drought. Since August 1st, state climatologist Barry Keim says Louisiana has received 6.4 inches of rain, but 15.7 inches would be considered normal for that period. He says that's only about 40% of the normal rainfall amount.
We get anywhere from an inch to an inch and a half every single week on average. And getting an inch of rain
doesn't really get us very far, and that's why the drought monitor really hasn't changed.
LRN. No more mold. No more damage. No more outdated old bathroom. No more slipping and hurting. No more stress. Make your ordinary bathroom extraordinary for only $99 per month. New shower, new door, new tub, new wall, new anti-slip technology. Be stress-free. Call 800-770-5322. BCI Bath and Shower is made in America for the highest quality. Ask about our military and senior discounts. Your dream bathroom in as little as 1 day. First 50 callers save $1,500 on a never clear glass treated door. Call now for free premium color upgrades. 800-770-5322. Call BCI Bath and Shower, the leader in bathroom remodeling. Be smart, save, and stay a step ahead of inflation with our interest-free financing options. Call 800-770-5322. Love your bathroom with free upgrades. Call 800-770-5322. That's 800-770-5322.
Beginning tomorrow through Saturday, extra law enforcement will be patrolling the roads and looking for seatbelt violations during the statewide Click It or Ticket campaign.
Louisiana Highway Safety Commission spokesperson Greg Fisher says the campaign serves as a serious reminder that everyone needs to buckle up.
We had a couple hundred crashes with serious injuries during Thanksgiving weekend last year in Louisiana.
An LHSC survey shows fewer than 15% of Louisianians do not wear their seatbelts. First-time offenders will be charged $50 and repeat offenders $75. Fisher says wearing a seatbelt increases your chance of surviving a crash.
Best thing that you can do for yourself and for the people that you love that are riding with you, just make sure that they buckle up.
I'm Tico Fox, and the Cincinnati Bengals will be without former LSU quarterback Joe Burrow for the rest of the season. Burrow, visibly shaken by his inability to grip the football after a second quarter injury, sidelined him in Thursday night's game against the Baltimore Ravens. Burrow was ruled out for the rest of the game in what was believed to be a sprained wrist. It's now known that Burrow suffered a torn ligament and will miss the rest of the season. LRN.
Swole Sausage Connection, located in beautiful downtown Evergreen. We're home for your sausage needs, and our motto is, we think like a customer and treat you like family. We're open 9 to 6 Tuesday through Saturday, and we'll make arrangements for after hours if needed. Try our handmade smoked and fresh sausage with a wide variety of flavors, including the pork and crawfish sausage and the fan favorite, the brisket sausage. You can call 318-623-4033. Swole Sausage, the official tailgate sausage of the Bunkie Panthers.
This is Corey Washington, number 43. You're listening to Bunkie Panther Radio on Z 95.9.
Looking for a metal building? Call Neal Brothers Metal Buildings in Mansura. We specialize in homes, shops, carports, RV covers, and so much more. We'd love to give you a free quote on your next metal building. Our all-welded metal buildings are customized to meet your needs. Call Chris Neal at 318-201-5316. Let's get started.
This is Huck Pius, number 40, and you're listening to Bunkie Panther Radio on Z95.9.
Scott's Ace Hardware in Bunkie is home to bumper-to-bumper auto parts. You'll be happy to know that Scott's Ace Hardware in Bunkie is also selling name-brand appliances. Name brands like Frigidaire, Hotpoint, Danby, and Samsung. Refrigerators, chest-type and upright freezers, gas and electric ranges, washers and dryers, and dishwashers. When you need an appliance, come to Scott's Ace Hardware in Bunkie. Of course, we still carry a complete line of hunting and fishing supplies, including your licenses. At Scott's Ace Hardware, you can fill up with gasoline, diesel, and yes, even those butane tanks. Of course, you can pick up one of our delicious lunches at Scott's Ace Hardware. We're open 6 to 7 days a week, and we appreciate your business at Scott's Ace Hardware in Bunkie.
Ace is the place helpful hardware, folks.
All right, welcome back, folks. Broadcasting live here at Gene Britton Field, Panther Stadium. It's halftime here at Panther Stadium. The Panthers trail 17-0 as Episcopal Knights have come in here and really executed their offense and defense and played a very good game up to this point. Again, it's halftime. They lead 17-0 over your Bunkie Panthers. Coach Dickey wrote down a lot of notes during the first half. Your paper, I think you're going to need some more paper, maybe another pen. It looks like a calculus test. After looking at your notes and analyzing. You're an analytic guy. What did you see on both sides of the ball?
Well, I guess I'll start with Episcopal first. And they've been comfortable, right? They've had the ball in their territory the whole game. They've been ahead of schedule. He's been able to be loose with his play calling. He's taking shots on 1st and 10. He's mixing in counter. I just feel like they're very, very comfortable offensively right now, and they're executing at a high level. They've done a job of changing it up. They were heavy, strong side early, and then they've gone weak side with some misdirection later in the half. Their man beaters are really good. Bunkie plays man-to-man defense. They've done a good job of getting us open. They haven't hit them all, but they're doing a good job of getting guys open. So I just think Episcopal's super comfortable right now offensively, and it shows. For Bunkie, first off, they've got to get a stop to come out the second half. Okay, you can't give up a score right here and go down 24-0. I think you got to get a stop, and then offensively, I'm hoping to see some changes up front. Hopefully, we can start getting double teams of attack because we're losing those one-on-one battles. And hey, man, you got Kyle Johnson out there. Why not take a shot, get the ball deep to him, let that guy outrun everybody on the field? I mean, I'd at least like 2 or 3 deep shots to him in the second half, try to get something rolling. Because like Shane said, this team's momentum and big plays, which I know that I've been hearing all year, big plays have been a thing. If you want a big play, number 2 is your guy. You got to get him to rock.
I agree, and it's something I was talking to my brother earlier in the week. He said, hey, let that D1 plays, and I really think you got to get the ball in his hands and see what can happen. Again, before we went live, I was saying here in the booth, this may be a result of a young fantasy. The majority of the starters and skill guys and impact players on this team are sophomores, and from a lot of them, their first time starting on a football field was this year. The lights are a little bit brighter tonight, but we just got to play assignment football, and with a few adjustments, maybe come out here and get a stop and change this ball game around. What do you think, Shane?
Yeah, we've seen some sloppy play from the Panthers as well, and that may be a result of the week off. So they had the week off, the bye week. It was rainy this week. They didn't necessarily get all the work that they wanted to. They played all season with a great deal of confidence. Tonight, I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing a lot and that doubt comes through, and it's just a step off. Nick had alluded to, hey, you got to feel hard. If you're in doubt, you're going to be a step off, and you're not going to feel as quickly as you need to, and then the running backs running right past you. And on offense, we've seen some tentativeness from Compton, both throwing balls. So I think they need to just settle down a little bit, and they definitely need a positive start to this half. But I think if we can get a quick 3 and out here, get the ball, get a score, get the crowd back in it, and make this game about your athletes versus theirs, because I think Bunkie's athletes are better than theirs. But you're getting it right now.
Yeah, now, very sloppy first half by the Panthers. We were talking about it earlier. The defense has had, just a huge hill to climb. Episcopal's offense started 2 drives inside the 35. Okay, their offense has only scored 1 touchdown, all right, and 1 field goal. So 10. The defense scored on the 3rd play of the game with a pick 6. So I think Bunkie's defense is playing well enough to keep the Panthers in this game, but the offense is really, hurting themselves. I'd really like to see them just execute more. Like we always say, put together a long drive, a lot of positive plays, don't behind the sticks, and really just play your brand of football. But more importantly, I agree with Coach Nick. I agree with a lot of people. Let's try to get number 2 of the football a little bit more and have them, that they're going to respect him as being a factor in this game.
Yeah, you've got to do a better job up front on offense, taking care of those DNs. They're in the backfield every single play, so you got to make some adjustments there and try and figure out a way to chip them, maybe double team a little bit, so your longer routes down the field can develop.
So here we go. The second half is about to start. The third quarter brought to you by Scott's Ace Hardware. Both teams have come out of the locker room, did their stretching, and are now on their own sidelines. Again, Episcopal will be receiving the ball. Bunkie won the toss at the beginning of the game, elected to receive. So now they'll be kicked off to Episcopal to start. And Coach Nick, I just heard you say something. I saw a lot of this while you were coaching and down there on that sideline. You said one thing, that if it was you, you'd probably do an onside kick here. Why's that?
Well, one, I had John Michael Eaves and Mitchell Hugans who were experts at it. And two, you got to play to win. You can't be on your heels anymore. Like Shane said, you should be settled in right now. You need to be the aggressor. If you lose, then lose being the aggressor. Don't just play on your heels.
Yeah, here's the challenge with the onside kick. You got that big 15-yard penalty at the end of the first half. And so now you're backed up.